Kyrie said, this is the first time in my career I can look down there and be like, that mofo can make the shot too. That's what he said. That's what Kyrie said. That's what he said. And I wasn't talking about LeBron. Bro, you played with LeBron for 3 years. Went to 3 finals all 3 years. Saw him make clutch shot, game-winning shots. So I'm not surprised, Skip, this notion. And like I said, you perpetuated this. You've peddled this for the longest time, that LeBron James is not clutch. But this is what we did. When taking a tying or go-ahead shot, when trailing in the final 10 seconds of their careers, I want to repeat this, make sure I'm reading this correctly. When taking a tying or go-ahead shot, when trailing in the final 10 seconds in their careers, Kyrie Irving is 25%, Kevin Durant is 26%, LeBron James is 28%. This notion that you have perpetuated and somehow convinced the mass public that LeBron James is unclutch and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant is more clutch, it's just not true based on the numbers. Men will lie. Women will lie. Even kids sometimes will lie to get what they want. You can't lie on these numbers. It is what it is. LeBron James has made more game-winning or game-tying shots in his career than Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
But he's also played way, 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 way longer than either.
So his percentage should be lower. Since
he's missed the most late shots of anybody ever.
But let that sink in. But he got a higher percentage. So he can't be that bad if his percentage, you taking less, but your percentage is lower than me and I've taken more. Shouldn't it be the other way around? But I just want to know one thing. Had the situation been Anthony Davis takes that shot, LeBron James gets the rebound and takes a 12-footer, you said the greatest mid-range shooter in the history of the game. If LeBron James had clanked that very shot, what would you have said?
Well, at what point in his career?
I just go on time. Kevin Durant is in year 14.
Has he ever played with Kyrie before?
Who you playing with when you shoot Skip? When I'm catching the pass, I ain't like, you know what, John Elway's not throwing me this pass, let me drop it. Oh, this guy not throwing me this pass, let me drop it.
Okay, that's different. You're just reacting. He has to make the call to throw you the ball.
No.
You don't have to make the call.
Kyrie, everything. Nobody throw Kyrie the ball. Kyrie, they brought it. Kyrie had the ball. He danced with it, pulled up with a 3. Kevin Durant got the ball. Ain't nobody passing the ball. Kevin Durant got the rebound. And he's shooting from 12 feet. This ain't about no offense. This is not about running a set. You got the ball from 12 feet. I just ask you a simple question. In year 14, if LeBron James missed that very shot, what would you have said?
I would say what I've always said about him, no clutch gene.
So KD got no clutch gene?
All I know is I watched Kyrie Irving in a Game 7 at Oracle against the Warriors win LeBron a ring by making a last shot that won the game.
So we're not going to do it. So we're not going to do anything about that 8-0 run that LeBron went on by himself when they were down. We're not going to do anything about that in the fourth quarter.
He's really good at that, but Kyrie is really good at that.
What about that block?
Okay, why did Kyrie say what he said? The quote that you read.
Kyrie said the earth is flat.
Okay, the point was, what he didn't say in that quote spoke volumes with high volume because he did not mention LeBron. You would have thought he would say, other than LeBron, to end the quote.
Right.
No, but he didn't say that. He left him out because he does not believe LeBron is a last shot taker-maker.
Just because you don't believe it doesn't make it true.
Okay, I'm just telling you, he knew what. Kyrie is not anybody's fool about this. He's a smart young man. I know he's got some wacky theories, but he's got depth to him.
Yes.
He has high IQ. He has high intellect, and he knew exactly what he was saying. It's the first time in my career where I got to look around and say, wait a second, that guy can make that shot just the way I can make that shot.
My thing is, and people thought I was taking a shot. I'm not taking, I understand. Nobody, Skip, if you take those kind of shots and you make 30%, you all world. This notion that people make 50 and 60% of game tying and game winning shots.
Nobody does.
Nobody
Jordan
does.
Didn't.
So people thought I was taking a shot at K. All I'm saying is what Kyrie said.
Okay.
Is that they can make those shots. Okay, that was your time. Had LeBron missed that shot, I don't know how many guys.
Obviously, Kevin Durant's first go-around with the Warriors.
Yes.
After he joined forces with the team that he had down 3-1 in Oklahoma City. In Game 3 in the King's Palace up in Cleveland, Kevin Durant made the shot of shots. He shot a three right in LeBron, like he just walked right into a three right in LeBron's grill and made it, and it won the game. It flipped the game, okay? So that's when I sat back and said, wow, that's a big-time shot.
He made two, and he followed up even though they were ahead the next year, he made another big shot. But, Skip, you're talking about two shots. How many of those has he taken? That's what, see, when LeBron make that game win against Orlando or the Chicago or Indiana or Toronto, nobody mentioned that.
Okay, now, Kevin, Kyrie are thrown together. They're playing together for the first time as Brooklyn Nets. And I will give you this. They have been a disappointment so far after a sensational 2-0 start. Now they're playing high-level defense. They're playing detonating defense to start with.
Yes.
All of a sudden, they started resting on their laurels, and they're not playing with the passion on defense that they used to. So they have fallen to 3 and 4 because they've lost 4 out of 5.
You told me that you call him Antony because there was no D in his name.
He's the assistant coach.
And what did they?
And Steve Nash is
his prodigy.
It was his guy.
Yeah.
All right,
so what did he always preach? They gonna outscore everybody. That's what he had. That's what he tried to do in Phoenix. That's what he tried to do in Houston. Everywhere he's been, he's always tried to outscore.
Okay, I got it. So first-year head coach, first-time ever head coach, Steve Nash, not known for playing defense, continues to say, I want them to figure it out. Well, what did Kyrie say just a few weeks back? He said, we don't really need a coach, right? Okay, so Steve Nash is kind of going with the flow like, I'm going to stay out of the way here. I'm going to let them slowly but surely figure it out. See if they get thrown into these last-second shot situations and see if they can figure out how to play off each other. Well, right now, and I watch every Nets game, in the closing situations, they're looking at each other like, are you going to do this or am I going to do this? Which is not the way. You need to have a plan. You need to have something that will work, that you can fall back on if they double one or don't double the other. You need to know where to go. So
think about what you saw in Golden State. Every big shot that needed to be made, who had the ball in their hands? Steph Curry on that team was a 2-time league MVP, Skip.
No, I agree.
Kevin Durant took those big shots
every
in those
time,
finals.
but it was because Steve Kerr put his foot down and said, we are going to run plays for Kevin in that situation.
Steve Nash needs to stop trying to be like Phil Jackson. Everybody want to be Phil. Let them figure it out. Scottie and Michael will figure it out. Shaq and Kobe will figure it out.
I agree.
Bruh, call a timeout.
All right, so what happened in this last sequence? Let's look at it one more time. So Kyrie dribbles it up, and he dances, and he creates a shot.
He got a good look.
And it was a clean look. You know, like he danced and got a look, and he back irons it. And then TLC goes up and back taps, shocking Kevin Durant, who's completely caught off guard because he thinks the game is over once Kyrie back irons it. He is not ready to shoot this shot, but it gets tapped right back to him. And he shoots an awkward leaning sideways jumper that he wasn't ready to create. He did not have it in his mind. He thought the game was over.
I remember LeBron took one of those shots, and it hit the back rim. You're like, LeBron, you hit the back rim, so what happened to the front of the rim?
When has LeBron ever taken a mid-range jump shot in his life?
Don't do that, Skip.
I mean, he takes those fallaways, but...
And make them.
Yeah.
And make them.
Yeah, because he's like Mike. Mike.
You see them threes? How many game-winning threes has Mike hit in his career? In 15 years, how many? I need to tell you how many my guys hit.
Who you want with the ball in his hands late in the clock? I think I'll take Jordan.
You see what you've done? Well, even though LeBron has a better percentage making those shots, you still want Jordan to have the ball.
What happened at Utah in Game 6 to close out his real career? What happened?
That's no real career.
He just said, I'm going to go steal it in the corner from Karl Malone. I'm going to dribble it all the way up. Pippen's going to be over on the wing saying, I'm open. And he's going to go, no, I got this.
I just want to know one
Ryan
thing.
Russell, he's going to push off a little bit. He's going to go up and he's going to hold the pose at the free throw line. He's going to hold the pose and swish it to end it.
So that was his real career.
Yeah.
Had Michael won a championship with the Wizards, would we have given him 7 rings, or would we just kept him at 6 because his real career ended when he was in Chicago?
He was obviously never going to win a championship with a team that was below 500.
He to go.
He was drinking wine and smoking cigars, a la the phony goat right now.
Look at what my guy took to the championship his last year. His first championship in his last year, his first championship he went to in Cleveland, and the last one. Look what he took. That was the exact equivalent of what Michael Jordan had.
These are called growing pains for Kevin and Kyrie, just the way LeBron had growing pains in his first year in L.A. Do you remember that?
No. I need him. No, the growing pains were AD because. So who was AD? Now B.I. is playing unbelievable.
Wait. You tell me LeBron's the GOAT. Could we see that tape of what happened that first year?
No!
Yes! We got to see it. Look at this. Watch this.
Yeah. I'm a star, shining brightest in the darkest times. I'm a star, twinkle, twinkle, I bring the sparkle in, light your world up. Yeah, I let your world